These two tech giants are in turmoil. Apple stock has plunged 18% this August, and NVDA isn't far behind with a 12% drop. Is this just a temporary dip, or is this the beginning of the end? Stick around to the end of this video analysis as we dive deep into the future of these tech titans and assess whether they can truly bounce back to the upside. Okay, so before we go ahead, I want to have a look at the chart layout. In the top left hand corner, we have the monthly time frame with the major levels of support and resistance displayed on the charts, and on the weekly time frame in the top right hand corner, we have a trend filter here, and also the 50 and the 200 simple moving averages. And on the daily at the bottom, we have the trend filter as well, and we also have the 20, 50 and the 200 simple moving averages. So these trend filters, when they're green, indicates a bullish move, and when we see red, indicates bearish moves, and grey indicates where price is pulling back or in consolidation. So let's look at the S&P 500 first on the monthly time frame to get a bigger picture of what the whole market is currently doing. So on the monthly time frame for the S&P, price is in a long-term bull trend. As you can see, there have been some really long periods of consolidation along the way up. And if you look at recent activity, we had a strong move to the upside in June, another strong bullish move for July, but August appears bearish for now. So we've seen a pullback for August, and we just need to identify levels of support on the lower time frame where price may be pulling back to, and we can then anticipate whether price is likely to bounce back to the upside. But price isn't too far off from the current all-time high at $4,818. If price is able to make it back to this level, we may actually see a breakout and a continuation to the upside. If price and the S&P does actually form a trend above the all-time high, then we're likely to see strong moves overall in the stock market. On the weekly time frame, the trend filter is green, indicating bullish momentum right now. But again, we can see this pullback, which is for August, so price is pulling back within this area of consolidation. And the next level of support based on this time frame is far away at the 50 simple moving average, and then we have the $4,000 round number. So this psychological round number is the next level of support, and then we have the 200 simple moving averages. So now we want to identify on the daily time frame if there's an area of support much closer to price. And if we go down to this daily time frame, the trend filter is red, indicating we are seeing bearish momentum for now. Price has dived below the 20 simple moving average, but is now approaching the 50 simple moving average. So we've identified a closer level of support. We want to see whether the 50 simple moving average will hold as support and force price to bounce back to the upside. If you look at recent activity back in April this year, so price came down in between the 20 and the 50 simple moving averages, came into this zonal area of support before continuing the bullish move, and price was once again inside this zonal area of support, but much closer to the 50 simple moving average. So we want to see a bounce from this point and a move back to the upside, a move above the 20 simple moving average. And if we look at this candle, which is a recent high from July 27th, if price can break and close above this high at $4,607, then we should see a continuation to the upside. So now that we've looked at the S&P to get an overall picture, price is still bullish overall and just correcting for now unless we see some breakdowns below levels of support. So this information tells us that the overall market is bullish. So let's have a look at the two stocks I mentioned at the start of the video. So first of all, we're going to look at Apple, which is pulling back similar to the S&P. So the Apple on the monthly time frame is clearly in a long-term uptrend. We can see this pattern of higher highs and higher lows along the way. Recently we had a new all-time high created, which is initially began in June, and then in July we saw a continued move to the upside. But July closed as a reversal candle, and this reversal candle was just below the $200 round number. So a reversal candle just below major resistance indicates a potential reversal against the trend. So that's what we've had so far. So prices declined, and it did initially stop at last year's high, which is a major level of support at $183, but the sellers were able to push price straight down through this major level of support, which is now resistance. So what we need to do on the lower time frame is identify any other levels of support that price could be moving towards, and that could eventually force price back to the upside. So let's have a look at the weekly time frame now. So the weekly is displaying grey candles now. We were seeing green candles until we started the month of August, so our price started to decline, and as you can see here, the next level of support is some distance away at the 50 simple moving average. So what we need to do now is identify on the daily time frame any other levels of support that may be closer to price. So let's open up the daily, and what we can see here is red candles. Price has now declined below the 20 and the 50 simple moving averages. So we had a gap down on August the 4th. Price has continued to move to the downside, but the candles are becoming smaller in size, indicating a potential slowdown in momentum, which could also lead to a potential bounce back to the upside. So based on this time frame, the next level of support is the 200 simple moving average at $160. If I just go back to the weekly, the 50 simple moving average is around the same area, $159. So around the same area. So we have the 50 here on the weekly and the 200 on the daily. So price, if it does continue to decline, may just find support around this area here. Because the momentum is slowing down right now, we could actually see a bounce from this zonal area and a move back to the upside. Ultimately, a break and close above the all-time high from July 19th at $198 will confirm a bull trend continuation, but we also want to see a break and close above the $200 round number. So now that we've looked at the stock for Apple, let's have a look at NVDA. So NVDA on the monthly time frame is in a long-term bull trend. Similar to Apple, it has had a strong bullish run, and up until July, where it reached a peak of $480. Didn't quite make it up to $500, and since then we've seen a decline for August, and price is now fast approaching the next level of support, which on this time frame would be the $400 round number. On the weekly time frame, the bar for last week closed grey, but prior to that we had some consistent green candles, so strong bullish momentum from January this year all the way up until the end of July. So a strong bullish run, and now we're just experiencing a correction. So we want the $400 round number to hold as support. We go down to the daily, the bars are red, indicating bearish momentum, and prices below the 20 and the 50 simple moving averages now. So no level of support closer to price in comparison to the other time frames. So we still need to look at the $400 round number as the next level of support. Following that, we have the $300 round number. As you can see, that's some distance away, so we want the $400 round number to hold and force price back to the upside. A break and close above the July 14th high at $480 will confirm a continuation to the upside, but we also want to see a move above the $500 major round number. So that concludes the video analysis. I hope you can see potential opportunities in both stocks. If both of these stocks find support and bounce back to the upside, similar to the S&P, then we should see the resumption of the long-term bullish move. These stocks have had some strong runs recently, so we want to see those trends continue throughout the rest of the year. If you enjoyed this video and found it educational, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel and hit that notification icon so that you can catch all of our time-sensitive videos as soon as they are uploaded to our channel. Look forward to see you all on the next video.